Hello everyone, Lumini here, and today we're going to be going up against the double Kulu quest. Now, I guess for whatever reason I had decided that Area 5, or not Area 5, Area 4 was going to be the Kulu I was going to tackle on. Primarily because I didn't know where from Area 4 that Kulu was going to go. He could go to 3, then suddenly transition to 7. He could go to 6 and suddenly transition to 8 in the middle of the fight. I don't know. Sometimes monsters have areas where they'll perform a faster transition just because I'm going to assume that they aren't meant to stay in those areas for long, and I didn't want to risk that. So I decided to go for this Kulu right here. That, and for the Kulu up top, he only has 2 areas to go. It's either 13 or 11. Thankfully, right there, I should note that in my set, I am running Slugger 2, just because my charm is not only a Slugger 2 and Speed Sharpening 1 charm, but it's also a 2 double slot charm, so it allows me to get pretty comfortable with my set. I go ahead and just land the Earthshaker right there, just trying to get as much damage in as possible. Now, for Kulu, just because they don't have very much HP, I'm not going to spend time at all with the Wyvern Rides. And right here, I end up deciding to slide beat just because it feels nicer, and I just feel like it does quite a lot of damage. I'm getting used to utilizing my slide beats more often. Thankfully, my Earthshaker does get the KO right here, so I'm just going to keep on going. Now granted, I don't know why I chose to do the XA move for the double slap. I'm going to assume that in my head I was thinking, I pressed A. But in reality I pressed fucking X. Go ahead and get the Earthshaker right here. Unfortunately, I was not able to stop Kulu from getting the rock, which is such a pain in the ass. But thankfully though, staggered him out of it, and it didn't even matter because he was a dead man anyways. Now we're going to go ahead and go up to the second Kulu, and thankfully I see that he's transitioning to 13, and that's perfectly fine with me. That's an easy transition, nothing out of the ordinary, so I go ahead, rebuff real quickly, since, you know, it's on the way. Unfortunately, I didn't have another wire bug to take advantage of, so I couldn't just jump immediately up. Especially in these double quests, your movement is so important. Grab the wire bug. Thankfully, I have wire bug Whisperer 3, so this one should, for the most part, last the rest of the quest. I did not get the early KO, unfortunately. I got a little sloppy there with planning out how my KOs were going to go. But thankfully, he's down, so I'm going to go ahead, use Magnificent Trio to get into my Infernal Melody, and just keep on whamming on him. I see that he's getting up. Go ahead for the Earthshaker, which will activate the Wyvern Ride, so just prep a quick note, because I usually use X to get myself to go down as quickly as possible, and while that happens, you know, just play your songs. Now, thankfully, I managed to land close enough to Kulu where I don't waste any time accidentally whiffing my attacks thinking that I'm close enough. And just get another KO in. Honestly, I've been really enjoying my Slugger 2 set just because the KOs, when they happen, especially against these weaker monsters, it makes setting up Earthshakers really easy, and it just makes the whole setting up your DPS combos really simple. Fortunately, Kulu starts to get a little out of control right here, so I just start kind of fishing for attacks. So use Magnificent Trio into the Infernal Melody, and bam, he's dead. A thing that I should note is that because Kulu is a weak bird wyvern, they are affected by the Sonic Wave song. So ideally, anytime you see Kulu digging up a rock, you should perform your Sonic Waves just to stop him from doing it. But if he does anyways, it's no biggie. Just use your recital attack to try and get rid of the rock. Just because the recital does flat damage, and the rock takes, you know, it takes 1 damage. So you might as well just use it to get rid of the rock, in which case it'll take maybe about 4 to 5 hits, which I've noticed is the average amount of hits it takes to get rid of the rocks. And then as a result, Kulu will be yours for at least the next 10 seconds or until you stagger him, so yeah. You just, honestly, the only move you really got to worry about is just his double tackle attack. Well, that's all I got for today, and I hope y'all guys enjoy. Later.